Mhm. Action.
Weti di Happen.
Weti di Happen, my brother.
Na wait this now. Na wait this we dey for your boy Gallo and the man Mosinana Sako. As we talk Weti di Happen. As we talk Weti di
Now
Happen.
really waiting to happen. Another beautiful day, and it's going to be another very, very beautiful session where we talk about music,
Yep. And showbiz.
showbiz.
Yeah. Showbiz in general.
I follow some person they talk say uh showbiz means say you get forget something for show am and then the
No,
beast
the
go
business.
come.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it makes sense. It makes sense when you do direct translation. Yeah, this way you show yeah. Whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You find way for make money out of it and a business partner. So maybe in a layman's term that have to understand showbiz.
Yeah.
You
I
do
don't
it.
hear can definition there for
Mm.
showbiz.
Mm.
Yeah, so the segment, what is it going to be all about? More still continue for reiterate.
We're going to be
Uh
talking. Yeah.
we don't decide the title na what did they happen? Because we're going to be talk
Well, say,
about what did happen for industry. What
yeah,
did happen for
yeah. Which level industry? No, we'll refine that title with
mm-hmm,
time. But as for now, don't wait till they happen
mm-hmm,
for industry. Yeah, wait till happen for industry. You can't comment on anything where they happen. The last week, for example,
mm-hmm.
show your hard song.
Type show your
Show your
show
man,
your for
nigga.
the I think we type show your for the just show your I think. Yeah, show
Love.
you.
Show your more hear this song. More hear this songs more. So play that song.
No show that show you.
No show that
Before
show.
we go for that song, what is that? What do you? What is your opinion about show you?
Show your is very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Show is entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first of all person way at the beginning when time we show up,
Mm-hmm.
it not look as if it's a real person. You know, they say that some real person. People are saying that just some meme
Mm-hmm.
or just on this thing. But
Mm-hmm.
after time, I can't realize it's actually a real person. You know, where your own idea now to be this type of early 2000s rapper, them who is
Mm-hmm.
either being 50 Cent. Then the thing there, you don't make I enjoy it now, and I say I need the how to say. I just think that he's just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
It shows any overcheck say whether it does say he good or not. The
Mm-hmm.
thing I enjoy about it that the fact that he just do it, you know, he's just having fun and he's just happy in whatever he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we will not say in terms of the music itself, not be a strong point in that.
Mm-hmm.
But a strong point is just him being entertaining. That he ever just look like say he just playful. So in a care, he just do this thing. To that thing I don't make an eye. I just like I like me. I just take it like overall entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not specifically like artist. I just
Mm-hmm.
think like someone who is entertaining and just love whatever he's doing.
Do you think we should? Can this be looked as a kind of branding? Like na so you don't decide say you want the brand itself.
Yes, exactly,
Wow.
exactly so. I think you know he could have started on the fact that he enjoyed the music thing and maybe na something where he be actually want do but he no be good at the dissing. Then
Mm-hmm.
especially from the onset, people they start let you know that they start they laugh and say, "Master,
Mm-hmm.
this thing forget." But now he can develop some kind of thick skin for way he start to take an out, he no care, just do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then now he don't understand the people that have just taken him now for whatever he is. People
Mm-hmm.
they know she don't calculate say, "Oh, like artists at like." Is yeah. So he just like talk. I think he did well to brand himself that way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the fact that he no care.
Mm-hmm.
Is yeah no. He no care. He did just do things. Especially also his demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
When you are someone who is just that happy and you look
Happy
as if you are enjoying whatever
you
you are
do.
doing, it tends to translate with other people. You see,
Yeah.
so that it seems to that way they help. If you just be some kind of person way more can talk say people they tell online say, hey, the mess for music, mess for music. They want go they attack them say, oh, mess who's mess.
Mm-hmm.
And wait till I don't know. Wait till the man they
Whoever they do.
sing, who
Mm-hmm.
sing, wait till he sing. You see, but the man people they
You no
talk to,
get
he no
time.
get time. He just glad you see all the way to hey maniga, they in a get time. So that is what is keeping people around him because he no get time. So he should say either he don't care or he has just accepted it, so he's just doing whatever he's doing.
More listen to small
Mm.
for the song and then
Listen,
we'll
bro.
come back. Maybe I'll give my opinion about show you. Without show yo. Without show yo. Without show yo.
Man, niggas. Show yo.
Yo.
Show yo. Hey, you should pay for it. So you see, you make a last one. Now the thing I like about it, you just be entertaining. You know, 50. Yeah. Mhm.
Without show yo. So, man, like you said, he's actually very, very entertaining.
Yep.
Very,
Yep.
very entertaining.
Mm.
But do you think now this is my next question? You feel say show you actually make money enough for ye with the brand? You
Mhm.
understand? Because at the end of the day, it's about the brand and how you can actually use the brand to put food on your table.
Mhm.
Do you think he just do this thing for fun, or he don't build a brand where he probably make some small nyari from?
No, I'm not sure to show you. Don't try to make like a livable wage from
Mhm.
this thing where they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, they fee pay money one time and maybe if you can show up for some events,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not. He cannot have. I don't think he has started making money. He's making money
Mm-hmm.
like talk livable wage, like money where if he pay a full rent for months and months or a year,
Mm-hmm.
buy chop, your transportation, all of that. If he just get fun, I think he's more of just having fun. He get other way than for moving on money. But for now, he just having fun. And again, it begins this way.
Mm-hmm.
Not only for him to continue. This is his best song to me that he has moved.
Mm-hmm.
That makes if you only continue so and continue being entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Some brand you can see, then they
Mhm.
enjoy because even as the maker, so he get audience.
Mm-hmm.
He get audience. People watch him, and that's all brands care about.
Mm-hmm.
Not be exactly the quality of your content,
Mhm.
but the number of eyes that are on you.
Now, this is the thing, right? When we talk about the quality of your content, who is defining quality of content? It can be you, it can be some
The
other
things that
person.
there are
Yeah.
certain standards.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the standards have been defined by society.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain standards, so we're just going by those standards.
Mm-hmm.
We know that sometimes music and movies or certain things are relative, but there are some minimum standards that you have to meet.
Mm-hmm.
Some person video way the mess for music, some kind way all my videos always the mess, but that person mami no fit ever does say the mess.
Mm-hmm.
If mami can say it's relative.
Mm.
But now at the end of the day, that person in the mess, the other person will support it. If everyone claims it's relative, that person will support it because it's mommy. Because there are certain minimum levels that you have to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go below those levels, it's not a matter of relativity anymore. It's a matter of like it is not good. You see, so that's the answer to that question. Talk about who defines how good it is. Is that the society has defined what something is supposed to sound like or what it's supposed to look like. You see, so I think that.
So now, wait if how will he explain the fact saying most of us feel like people like the Kim Kardashians and some people in the way you if you angry ask and say wait be that talent,
Mhm.
we need to see them. I feel even give example, even show you
Yeah,
for
even
some
themselves,
persons,
yeah.
for some persons, right? Based on that, okay, now so society don't define talent, you understand?
Mhm.
But then if some person like show you, so don't brand itself the way don't brand itself, you don't get the if we talk about show you, it means they actually do something.
Yeah.
We mean say tomorrow some brand fit decides, you know what, show you now 100 million that.
Yeah.
One may as you do all the thing so
Mhm.
every time you do this thing, chop spaghetti or chop egg or drink Brazil product and all of that.
Mhm.
We mean say something they about ye
Mhm.
where maybe the people the society will be decided now what to do will qualify them as talent,
Mhm.
they be ignore them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Personally, that's how I feel.
Mhm.
I feel like for when it comes to talent, especially,
Mhm.
the definition will be the focus on back in the days.
Mhm.
Things are actually changing.
Mhm.
They say like back in the days when they talk about radio, it was radio, but
Mhm.
now there's podcast,
Podcast,
there's
yeah.
this, there's that.
Mhm.
Back in the days, it was TV. Now there's social media, all of that. So,
Mhm.
personally, I feel like from time to time we too go for the struggle for move that definitions for
Mhm.
accommodation certain people because it go wrong for you to say Jovi is a super talented guy.
Mhm.
Kosi is a super talented guy. Mike Monster,
Mhm.
Alemis, and the rest of them.
Mhm.
Talented people, you understand?
Mhm.
But then if you pull crowd, I just thought, for example, I need to say this
Yeah.
money pull crowd, but then if you pull on certain crowd, but then show somebody like show your way weedy, you don't feel like, oh, be talented, blah blah blah. If you pull crowd, if you put out songs, if you get the buzz, if you sell out shows, and then who be we for one talk say, okay, be talented. Maybe what definition for talent, it be shaky.
True. I understand. I understand your point. That you will show it be talented as an entertainer,
Okay.
not as a music artist.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just use the music artist as the avenue,
Mm-hmm.
for doing entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
It just is on other people be talented as entertainers, but specifically with comedy. Yeah. So show your again, it just comes from the fact as he talk, the biggest idol role model 50 Cent. So it been obviously saying that the music genre, now the music we need for user for can be entertaining. But as to talk, show you, I think he has a talent of entertaining.
Kidding.
Yeah. So I'm more not surprised they show you people laughing. So that man you make and say they get brand deals and before other people because he pulls a crowd.
Yep.
Like people, like as you talk, we talk about it now. So people they see for social media and
That's
they
true.
post it for outside.
Yep.
To na so brand go make a can you can make a made put their logo for some side for his own and so money will come. Then people didn't say money means they must only do the best music, this and that. No. Sure is a good entertainer.
I'll get another question. Comedy sector for Cameroon, especially for the English speaking part. Who be that comedian or who them? They were first 3 comedians.
Got this Fungwa, aka Richard, Auntie Felicia, Caro and Copies. Yeah, those are my.
Now they order that or just
the order that I like, but it's not necessarily like is the order that is the they want to the some level of relativity there, but the order for which way me I like I enjoy them.
Type Auntie Felicia for them. We'll see. Yeah, Auntie Felicia comedy. So, for those who don't know, Auntie Felicia actually they call them what cross-dress comedians or so. From Cameroon. They're doing wonderful. They're entertaining. The one question I want to ask now, I'm starting to feel like for you to be really comic, for you to be funny, you have to do the cross dress thing.
so that's the thing. Not necessarily. Like you see, the first who is my favorite, Richard. Yeah, he's Naman Pekin and the gentleman Pekin. Very funny, very wily. So you don't have to cross dress. Have even people like Fingon Chalala or Mustik Charismatic. They're very funny, but they don't have to cross dress. Now, talking about the cross dressing, I think it's just something that some people, when they just decide to try it, when they try it and it works, then they just stick to it. I don't think they necessarily decided that this is the only way they can be funny. You see, I think it's just something that they tried and it worked. And especially with Auntie Felicia, he has said that he was initially just trying to embody his mother, who is of late. He's just trying to embody her character, this and that, and the thing picked up, and he just stuck with it. So I think that's the. So it's not necessarily that they feel like they have to cross dress to be funny. I think they're just trying something and.
Some people they feel like now the society we come from frowns against certain things, and some people feel like these comedians they actually propagate the idea, they actually push forth that idea of okay, it's okay for you to do this or it's okay for you to even be it, because back in the days I don't think it was okay for someone to even cross dress, but comedians like these, with the fact that they are really talented, they are really funny, they don't push so many people who feel like, you know what, it's okay. I'll not only watch their comedy, but I feel like it's okay for somebody to. What is your opinion on that?
That's true. You definitely have an effect, which is one of the negative effects of the thing. That's be one of the negative sides of it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things have good side and bad side, but this one, yeah, that thing will definitely affect people, especially these ones who they follow up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how. Maybe the way that they can try to help that to not propagate is, even though they cross dress for their comedy,
Mm-hmm.
they should make sure they put out more of themselves like the real person,
Mm-hmm.
and consistently make people know that this thing is comedy. I'm just doing it to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but say people know say no, that's maybe not them out of camera, even though we cannot say for sure that that is not them. Of
Come
course,
on. Yeah.
there's some people who don't know the way people they do go for inside that bedroom for night. So they will not be talk. But at least if the big concern say they don't want to propagate some kind of thing, may they consistently put down for their audience in mind, may the audience no say yeah, this is comedy. They are just trying to be funny. They are just trying to entertain you.
Mm-hmm.
Now whether they wear the kind of clothes and do the kind of thing. So yeah, I think that the only way that, but yeah, children are going to make people feel like, and of course, as we talk for our society,
Mm-hmm.
who knows if for one man a country,
Mm-hmm. It's
they
okay.
have their own things they tolerate,
Mm-hmm.
but people's cultures are different.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one another topic where one bring for go
It
surely
goes
bring
long.
division and long yeah. But in Africa, we have our own culture,
Mm-hmm.
so we know our culture.
Yeah,
We know
especially
what our
if you're
culture is.
back home, maybe
Mhm,
you should do the things that. However, I think we'll go into that now. The other
mhm,
thing I want us to talk about is, um, we have so many female comedians who are funny.
mhm,
Thank God, say Carol don't keep his status. You need
mhm,
the, I don't know any other female comedian, especially for the English speaking part of the
mhm.
country. But I know say they know you human. I say a comedian. They know that a former
Okay,
girlfriend.
definitely, yeah,
Yeah,
that
she's
kind
a
of
comedian.
Ivorian.
I don't know Naivogan. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I don't know. I don't really know for the francophone part of the country. I don't know comedian name.
that's what I'm trying to think
Yeah,
about.
but I know. I don't know their names, but I know some few the way. If you show me their face, I don't say no. The one a comedian. I know he. I
Mhm,
don't see Utakam. I don't see. But they're not as huge as I don't know.
mhm,
This is a thing, right? Do you feel like, because apparently the rise of these cross dressers it is skyrocket.
mhm.
I see so many other young guys coming up and they're doing the same thing. Even some person like Uncle
Lorenzo,
Lorenzo,
Grand Lorenzo,
from
yeah.
time to time he go do Big Mami, he go come back, and all of that. Even
Mhm,
do you think? My question was, do you think people they consider a comedian more funny when a cross-dressed comedian than when a regular female?
mhm,
Because I didn't really see plenty popular, but guess what?
mhm,
You get just Caro
mhm,
for Caro and Copies,
mhm,
when a female comedian,
mhm,
anglophone female comedian.
mhm.
I know of what's her name again? Damn, Soli Egbe. She's an actress, but
I
she
know she's the
does
actress, yeah.
comedy.
Oh, she does comedy, yeah.
Yeah, she does comedy also,
Okay.
but she's more of an actress.
Mhm,
So I don't really consider her a comedian. So if one really look at comedian,
mhm,
not only Caro of Caro and Copies, and then the other one they did a struggle for Cam. But
mhm,
if you look at the ones that are really popular, they are cross dressers. So do you think you being a cross dresser and playing the role of a female,
mhm,
especially, will easily make you popular than you being a female
mhm.
and just coming out and doing your thing?
Yes, I think it's going to make it has a potential of making you more popular faster, because it's something that is how do I say, it's not what's the word I'm telling you, sometimes some of it in a way it's not generally, I don't know if I say or it's generally frowned upon by society.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things that are generally frowned upon by some society,
Mm-hmm.
and in this case, our society back home. When you have the guts to bring that thing to public,
Mm-hmm.
more eyes come on you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Certain things that are frowned upon in our society, if you have the guts to bring it in public, more eyes come on you. For example, in our society, kissing in public is not common.
Mm-hmm.
If you kiss in public in Cameroon, you film it
You
and you
get
put it on
attention.
social media, go everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But for America, yeah, who's going to look at it? It's normal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in Africa, if you cross dress,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of eyes are already going to be on you to begin with before you start doing your comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So to go back to your question, yes, if somebody cross dresses, there's a higher potential that they can skyrocket faster than somebody who doesn't cross dress.
Well,
Yeah. because
So
of that.
last question: why don't we see many women cross dressing to do the
Exactly.
man picking part? Like it's supposed to be funny also.
Mm-hmm. It's just
Why?
that overall the way things are when men are generally the ones who have the responsibility of being the funny ones. It's
Mm-hmm,
usually our job to make women
mm-hmm,
and other men laugh,
mm-hmm,
and less of the job of women to make people laugh.
mm-hmm,
So it's easier for people to accept certain things like talk if a woman goes and does that to cross dress as a man,
mm-hmm,
many people instead behave and say, now wait to this, you do nice so.
mm-hmm,
They forget that he didn't even going to turn people off. And
mm-hmm.
I'm even guilty of that. I've seen some women try to cross dress and dress like man. It's not even funny at all to me. It's not funny at all to me. He just said now she can see the ball.
Wow.
But when it's a man who does it, again, like I said, because generally
Mm-hmm,
it has always been the men now either ever be on our own role for be the funny one.
mm-hmm,
You see, you know, to be the funny one. So then especially one can make one make us make some particular person laugh, like woman them.
mm-hmm,
They will kind of try to act like the woman, if even funnier to her.
mm-hmm.
You see, you know. So that kind of thing. So all that you see.
More listens more for these people.
Mhm.
No, no, you don't tell me my time. You don't tell me my time. You don't tell me my time.
No, no, be sorry. As that thing for correction, no. You know, as a Women's Day, they banner for your side.
The material not reach you.
I don't even know say women say
I go do no.
I don't understand the mayo and the this thing we saw for the winter.
Winter they come out.
You know the thing about Auntie Felicia, who come out for the same quartier. Yeah, the same quartier, like from my family house to their family house. I'm still from my family house, it grew for their family house.
Okay.
Now like 2 minutes walk. Like
Oh,
if you actually stand for our backside, shout, he go answer for their house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like we share Bandru. So and the character we they try for he talk about he try for bring out a little bit about Imami, maybe all thing about what they do and when about Imami, but then it's about Imami and the place where we grew, we Nakumba. And trust me, when she does what she does, it reminds me of a lot. Like the plenty people, not only Imami, the auntie them, the grandson they for Katiri, like all these characters. So it's spot on. Wait to be see until they grow. What are the arguments? What are the fight? What are the and then the most beautiful part of this whole thing is when he joined with his friend them copies and the rest Caro them and the rest of them. Now Caro probably grew for some side for Moyoka. The other girl, what is her name? Dorcas, which I don't know how it grew. But then when they come together and they start doing this thing, you realize it is so. This character was not this I don't even call him character. That person who they portray him, it not be only the about Kumba.
Yes.
It was almost similar to Booyah people because Caro is more of the Booyah. Yeah, the Booyah vibe, the way Booyah, that like I look at it, I'm like, okay. Like so this same thing will be go through for year and the same true way some person they go. And this brings us to the fact that we can start looking at that as our culture. You understand? Especially women. Do you think it will be right? Do you think it will be okay for me to sit here and say, okay, Naso Anglophone woman in the based on the fact say Caro get a character, Dorcas get a character, even Lorenzo, when most of the things are almost similar. Do you think it's a cultural thing or
yeah, we're talking as well get their character, yes. Definitely so their character there because
women them for our community?
Yes, of course, but not all. Better
Let's say the women back in the days.
Yes, because these people, whatever they're portraying, it not just come up from anywhere.
Yeah,
it not just come up from the sky.
We saw the they saw these things.
They saw these things happening. So now definitely character which they're now not necessarily making fun of, but now just using it to get people entertained. You know, sometimes when they just remind you of something that happened in the past, nobody even say the thing funny. It just becomes funny. You know, they say the happening itself is funny.
Wait to my shoes.
No.
But show you something we do for you.
Eh?
See that mope make see the way Auntie Felicia make him up for you. See, you see, you see
Yeah.
see Ooh, Jesus Christ, that is so see.
That really, yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
this was so common.
Yep.
If you imagine say they did in 3,
Yeah.
but it actually talk now for Caro.
Yeah.
It actually gossip that get the other person where the
Yeah.
person there for day.
But person no know.
The person no say they gossip me. Man, these
Now
guys
more no.
see.
And the good thing is that they're actually talented at what they do.
Yeah, no, they're good.
They're actually good. That's one thing I heard. Because again, if you come and you're just cross-dressing and you're not actually funny, it's no.
Or you're not actually represent
If
the
you present
idea.
yes,
Yeah.
really well.
Mm-hmm.
There is just so the good thing about this people that they're actually funny and talented in what they do. And it's page I like when the three of them so they come together, then they do that backstabbing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very funny. The Auntie Felicia is very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Caro, you know, have a coach fine.
No, she is something else. She
Like
is
you know, have a coach.
And the thing about this duo, especially in 3, you don't already talk about the support coming together and working as a team.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I really like about them are their consistency.
Yes.
Because for me, I be feeling they don't run out of materials.
I'm telling you.
Caro go on, no waiting for talk again or no. But then every now and then when you watch Caro, so new thing the way it go talk away, you're like, wow.
And it's funny.
Like, I don't know. Do you think they sit down and write down script, or like all these things just come out spontaneously?
I think they start by having an idea, then also they'll have other people who pitch them ideas. Then they just have it. They just develop it a little bit. Write some short script. Then a lot of it now is improvisation. Like always when Auntie Felicia talks, it's not a script. You see, you jogging at the overall.
Oh, that way in memory.
Exactly. You know, you do that one. You do that.
Wow.
You know, so they'll have the base idea, that either they got inspired or somebody pitched the idea to them. You know, then they try to do some quick small development of the idea, try to see how they can make it funnier. You know, then just write some scene them. Then everything else now is just going to be improvisation. Then of course when they shoot and they get multiple takes them, except the particular one the way you say they're actually one take where they hold on. So even with that one too, they don't practice. They need to do an only just one time. You see, they do if you know come out person laugh in the middle of time they shoot and they never stop with all that kind of thing. So that's definitely how they do it.
Wait till they. Which other thing they were music?
Dance here.
Thought
it is so Brenda Beer for how many hundred million?
Type dance here for the the Brenda Beer back and forth.
Find it for Facebook.
No, just type dance here. We'll feature the play
YouTube.
song. We don't need the
play who song, the man. That girl is saying.
Bro, won't just even if images no talks without dance here very soon.
Forget he sing with you. That sing when they don't say come on singer. You sing
Sweet Life dance here.
You see how you define it, you know what?
Yeah, so you be the same dancer, say waiting.
It is so Brenda Beer say Brenda Beer don't defame me, this and that. She have been talking bad about her. So she's suing her now for how many try to check for how many 100 million. They don't sue Brenda Beer.
Do you think that's serious, or they just not just on other cloud? Because you saying you're suing the president's daughter can actually bring you so much popularity, especially in a country where if it succeed, maybe the president will really be that popular. Do you think she's actually just chasing cloud, or if you say serious?
Dacia chases cloud is something that's very normal. She's good at that. She chases a lot of cloud. She does things to chase cloud. But this particular one, I think she's serious about this one.
Why do you think she's serious?
He don't actually put the case for American court.
That is another level of chasing cloud.
Then I think I don't know what I know fine, but it probably costs at least some money for put that case or for following up this and that.
Yeah, but
So
then
we
if you spend $1,000 and then you create a buzz that gets people to your YouTube, and then you can hit 1 million view or more, or actually expand your following and all of that, on $1,000, it can be just another strategy. That's what me at the look end though. I just feel like it can be another strategy for, because guess what? The fact you the tongue say it is serious means you probably go back for a pitch every now and then for go make sure to go check whether you don't go through with the claim and all of that. Way they do it, it boost the algorithm. You understand? So me personally, I feel like sometimes they start these jokes for small level, and then because guess what? When they come back for that with that same level of joke, people will be like, deja vu. Get my attention. But then if they push them one notch up or two notch up, it continue for bring the boss with the one time.
Yeah, the reason why I feel I think she's serious because nobody now way is
guys. For those who they watch, please, we want comments. We want comments. We want one or two people who will join them for the live, so they ask their question. Mimi Barons, ma send you link. Me join Victor. I know you're watching. I'll send you a link right now so you can join the live to share your opinion. Yes, you were saying something.
Yeah, I thought the reason why I feel is she's serious is because nobody today way start. It don't go on for a while, for a while now, and back and forth. And it's actually true that that Brenda Bia has said things online, about her. Like they actually have proof that she has said those things. So with the Dancia suing now, is she's serious about it, even though at the same time it's giving her pause. But she's actually serious about it. And I'm sure she wishes that she can win the case, but now she knows that it's a high possibility that she will not win. And the way they talk, even though they say that they're on Brenda Bia's side, I'm not exactly on her side. I'm just
Victor, I sent the link already.
Yeah, I'm not exactly on any of them sides, but I'm just more just giving things the way they are. Yeah, just giving things the way they. Of course, the overall, the onset, the biggest whole thing that even starts the whole thing is the fact that the reason why I might feel like I'm more on one person's side is because
Dancia is very
overall,
beautiful.
forget that sentiment. That overall is a girl that she's promoting something that I do not like, which many people don't like. That is even what even made even the blend that BI started overall from even attacking the girl. And of course, even be that kind of direct attack, say, hey, you this and that, you're ugly, this and that. They just talk the same thing. You're promoting this skin whitening thing to make a all African girl look
But this is the thing, right? I feel like that is sabotaging somebody's business. We should be very, very careful with the way we walk. Yeah, in as much as we get this African mentality of, okay, now community, I should have a say on this, you should have a say on this and that and that and that. You understand? But then when it comes to what someone does to put food on their table, especially when it's not illegal, if it's something illegal, I feel like anyone can go after them. You understand? Anyone should speak out. You understand? But if it, for me personally, I feel like if it's not illegal, I don't think it's a good thing for you to just go out there and just condemn whatever they're doing as business. Because guess what? You don't know how many I don't even want to say Cameroonians. You don't know how many people this girl through that business is actually putting food on their table. You understand? For me, it would be at the discussion of the people who are supposed to buy her product and all of that to decide, you know what, I don't want to whiten up, or I don't want to. But then if somebody decides I want to whiten up, which is something very legal, I don't really feel like that should be a problem. That's just my opinion though.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of ethics. Something a matter of ethics.
So if we want to talk about ethics, now Brenda Bia want teach.
No.
Now Brenda Bia want teach Dancia ethics.
No, be a matter of Brenda Bia. You know, if you can promote something, you want to make all black at the end of the Bia Queen. You know,
yeah, I get you.
Is this the whole thing? Is also to empower black women to be happy with who they are. So it's two ways to talk about business. Yeah, some business, especially if you do business, it is not illegal. But in terms of the society ethics, Masa, it's going to determine the amount of critics that they give you. In terms of the ethics, how that business, what it means to society, the product they are selling. Yeah, it's not illegal, but me myself, I've never been a fan of that thing of promoting girls' whitening their skin. So I talk that even the beginning that I thought even when Buenabia being started, no, we say Buenabia can't join the kosh. Buenabia just can't talk to against this thing. Then, of course, the biggest reason why Densya go after it, because of course Buenabia has a big audience. He's the president's daughter.
Yeah.
So, and it can affect her business, this and that. When he talks,
No, definitely, it's practically impossible for her to win the case because we live in a society, even the country where he is there's freedom of speech. Me just saying, hey, I don't think I like that stuff. I don't think people should buy that stuff. It's normal. Any person can say that, except say Brenda Biabi don't push and beyond that level. Even Brenda Biabi do campaign, maybe will not buy them. I don't even think she can still win a case. Yeah. Because
you don't think Densya can win
the case.
Yes.
I don't think so. For you really win that kind of case, say some person they destroy your business or they hurt your business. For America, not very difficult thing.
Yeah.
You really get to proof that intent, and man, it's a difficult thing. However, you asked my opinion. Like I said earlier, I like her. She's a beautiful woman. Personally, I feel like she's talented. I don't know. And also for you, talented now about singing and all of that. That's because you're a producer. That's because you get that depth in music and all of that. For me, if you can entertain us, if you can do things that can make me sit on your video for the next 2-3 minutes, I feel like okay, you have something good which I can actually call talent. Wait today.
It is. We'll get someone waiting on the line to join.
Oh yeah, Mr. Victor.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Boss Victor. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
No, I think we're doing good. We're talking about Densya. Do you know Densya?
Densya, I've never heard of her.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's normal for people that didn't know Samuel too.
Who?
What are you talking about?
Who
people that didn't know Samuel too. Are you here with up?
No, at the end, the volume is high.
Oh.
Yeah, the volume is high.
Let me see the probably enter that microphone.
Okay, someone who doesn't know Samuel Eto'o, I think that person is not a serious person. If you don't know Samuel Eto'o,
no, everyone knows
means you're not a serious human.
Okay. However, Densya is a camo. Do you have you know about skin whitening?
Yeah, it's happening in the country too. Yeah, it's happening.
Is it common in Kenya?
Yeah, it's common in Kenya. Even the ladies who are not celebrities are doing it.
Wow.
You see.
They're using creams of different sites.
What we're talking about is some lady who is promoting it a lot. Her business is about creating those type of products. There's some other lady attacked her on social media, and of course it's a bad thing to promote to young girls, this and that. Then because the person who attacked that lady who is selling it, because the person who attacked her is the president's daughter. You see, so it makes now the lady who sells the whitening stuff is suing now the one who attacked her. The one who attacked her is the president's daughter. You see, of course, she's doing the suing because the president's daughter, so she can get some balls and she can get, if possible. I don't know if that's going to happen, get some money. So that's the whole story.
Mimi, I realized you joined and then you left already. Yeah, join again, please, so I can add you. Yeah, Victor.
So Victor, yeah. Did you understand the whole story?
By the way, is your society okay with the whitening skin? How what is the idea in Kenya?
So in my country, Kenya, about whitening skin, people have.
Mimi Barons, you are online, but then Victor, the answer some question.
Yeah, Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, so what happens in my country is when you try to change your skin, how people will view you, people will see you like someone who is against God's creation, and you will be met with a lot of attacks from different people, especially the religious group. And I think only the religious people will attack you for bleaching your skin or skin whitening. But the first question they always raise is that when you have your baby, the baby will be the original skin color. That is always the first thing you're met with.
Yeah.
And another thing you're always told when you try to wash your skin to be white is you'll be told that you're trying to delete God's creation, that you don't believe in yourself. You
Exactly.
don't believe how God made you. Don't appreciate God's creation. You see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think those are the only things, but then it doesn't go further than that. It's always just that. And most of the time we say that, okay, the problem is the elbow. Your elbow will never lie.
Yeah, I will never lie. Yeah.
Elbow never lie, bro. Elbow never
And the
lie.
knuckles, the
Look
knuckles
look
too.
at my knuckles. They don't
No,
look.
those are
They don't.
elbows. Knuckles are the one.
Okay,
You are going to
elbow looks dark, and even I don't know, my knuckles look dark, but I'm not doing the whitening thing.
No, that's the place to catch
Yeah,
everybody.
so the thing is, when you've washed yourself white,
Mm-hmm.
the nails, then the tip of your nails, okay, your skin will look like your palm, and then the
Okay.
remaining parts like your knee and your elbow and your knuckles
Yeah,
will show as your original color.
exactly.
Mimi, are you?
Yeah,
Can you hear us?
yeah, with you guys.
Yeah.
Hello.
So, how are you doing today, Mimi?
I'm okay.
Okay, so you're a woman, and I'm sure you do one of those things. If you know whitening, you're probably using some gref or some Indian hair or something. Why do you think? What is the motivation for women when they decide they want to do one of these things?
No, let's hear Mimi's point of view first on the
Okay,
whitening stuff.
yeah. What is your take
What's your
on
take on that
the
one?
white thing? Do you think it's a good thing? It's an okay thing? It's a normal thing? Or what? What? Just yeah, your take.
I don't think it's normal. It's like you're not confident about yourself. Like you're not confident in your color, in your shade. Because I don't see why you'll be black and you want to be white or fair.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. And most of those products, they are not good for you. They're not good for your health. Be it injections, be it because they're drinkable injection and there's the one you can pass through your veins.
Oh wow.
And there are other chemicals that you apply on your skin, which is very, very detrimental to your melanin, of course. And when your melanin is already destroyed, you are very, very exposed to any kind of diseases.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, most of them and most of these girls that do it, they end up having knuckles, of course, which prove that they are black.
Yes.
Yeah, so my take on it is like I don't like it. It's not a good idea because you end up not being confident. You want to be fair, but you end up not being confident. You end up wearing leggings and panties to cover your legs and socks and whatsoever because you feel like you have already destroyed your skin and it's no longer a good idea. Most of them have very, very green veins that is sprinkled on their legs, and they are not. At the end of the day, they are not even confident about themselves. They end up covering all of those trash. I don't know if I'm making a point here.
No, you're making a very,
You're making a
very
good
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah, I can't be black. I know I'm black. There's a difference between also taking care of your black skin and bleaching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There are daily routines you can get up. You can apply a sunscreen is different. You have moisturizer, which helps in opening your pores, and you have good and neutral oil that takes that when you apply on your skin, it's very, very good. It maintains your black and it only brightens it. Should I say brighten? It doesn't bleach you.
Yep. And it
And that
looks
is
like
the
Yeah.
word they're using, brighting. They don't say they're bleaching.
which is
Yeah, you move from one brighting to the next to the other one to the before you know it, you're on the top brighting and you want to be the brightest.
You see something, Nasako?
Yeah.
Uh, Talking about bright, even me, like we always run away from being dark. Even when someone takes a picture of you, okay, you'll ask them, I make it a little lighter, or we can add light.
That's true.
Because in fact, even right now, I'm using like my like a ring light
Yes.
because I don't want to be left alone. I don't want to be left out. I don't want to be left out.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true.
Is this do you guys think this whole whitening stuff, do you think it was an intentional, because I've heard people say it was an intentional way
Uh-huh.
put us in a place where we feel inferior, make you
Mhm.
feel like, oh, you need to be light skinned a little bit. Because you know, ways this whole thing started with the famous guy
Who?
who is of late, who used to dance so
MJ.
well, was a pop king
Oh, okay.
and all of that. So
Yes, yes.
then this
Yeah.
guy was melanin top notch.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they convinced him, no, if you can push from here to here, it will get you
Mhm.
to this place.
Mhm.
No one knows. Maybe it was actually that was what actually got him to where he ended up, like where
Mhm.
the top spot.
Mhm.
But then, do you think we have people around the world who are actually pushing this idea of, hey, convince your people to be like this, convince your people to do this, this is okay, this is just the best?
Mhm.
Oh, we need somebody who is like, is there a possibility?
The whole thing started. The whole thing started from white people.
Mm-hmm.
You know how historically white people have been the one who have been the colonizers, colonized people.
Mm-hmm.
They have the nicer things. You know, they
Mm-hmm.
have the more developed countries. They look like they have the more money. They have Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
They have the more people on camera in more in our faces.
Mm-hmm.
Even on rubbing oil lotion
Mm-hmm.
is white people's faces over there.
Mm-hmm.
On billboards, you're seeing the white people.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest movies is white people are the actors.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things that has made the black people to feel like in order to excel like those people, you need to look close
To
to
them.
them. Yeah.
Wow.
If you don't look like them, then they are not going to, and unfortunately it still affects the society. In
Mhm.
fact, which is something that I hate very much. You know, I I like to look at, like, good looking people are good to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I like beautiful women are good to look at.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate the fact that society consistently push light skinned beautiful women over black skin beautiful. It's because of all of these type of things, just
Mm-hmm.
mindset wise, that
Mm-hmm.
people just feel like, oh, the more you look like these white people, the
Mhm.
better you are. You see, so that's really what has made and is really making this thing of bleaching popular. Because we're talking, even the late king of pop,
Mm-hmm.
is because he could not get his videos on MTV.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yes, it's actually because he could not get his videos to play on MTV. That's all he wanted. He just wanted more people to watch his videos
Mm-hmm.
on music television. And people told well, he could not get it because he looked like us. So he had to start whitening his body. To start looking more like the white man who owns the TV stations where he wanted to play his video.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he was looking like that white man, now the white man now can put him on TV. So that because now other white people can feel even more connected to him. Because when you come and you're a black person, white people just look, they're disconnected from you. That's how he was doing that time. So the man had to, in order for him to connect with the
I
biggest
don't know me
audience, with the
this
white people.
story. Oh, now
No,
now Gael the Peter
yeah,
out.
no, it's
Wait,
actually correct.
wait till they happen for entertainment. We don't over talk about whitening.
Okay, move get another one. I want people to comment on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, a big dancehall artist called Bounty Killer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he quote unquote insulted African music, especially citing Burna Boy.
Can you just put Bounty Killer over
Mhm.
there so I think I can pull him up? The
Would
interview.
I-
Just put
would-
Bounty Killer interview.
I don't remember the interview, but
No,
you
no, no.
don't
The
need
live
to.
and so
Yeah.
it was trending, so
Yeah.
I think it will pop up. This
He
is
says
it. I
that.
think
Yep. He said that
Afrobeats has
African
taken
music.
over the world. Then so
Yeah, one of the things he said that really went popular is that Africans are listening that we don't have lyricism in our songs.
more
That we
listen,
only
more
have
listen, more
vibe.
listen to the first few minutes of the interview and
Yeah. One word with a lot of melody and the beat nice and full of style and go. We don't want no more Jamaican, just a topic and the melody. Yeah. Style, melody, topic. Simple. Look into my eyes, tell me what you see. Tell me how only I only start comparing to where now boy, yeah. And yeah. Something that's you
so
So, yeah.
they think for me, yeah, you want to say
So
something.
yeah, like I was saying, the thing that he's saying, of course, he's saying that our music doesn't have it doesn't have meaning, that it's just vibe, that it
Mhm.
doesn't have lyricism, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm citing Burna Boy's song.
Mm-hmm.
So I have one take about it, but let's ask this
I'll give my
beautiful
opinion
journey.
first. Sorry, I'll give my opinion first. I see someone who is hurting
Okay.
because Jamaican
Okay.
music used to
Mhm.
be at the top.
Yep.
Like after the American, the
Yep.
West, it was
Yep.
Jamaica, right? But now
Yeah.
Afrobeats is taking over.
Yep.
Nigeria, Africa is taking over.
Yep.
So I see someone who is hurting.
Yep.
And if you watch that video, the full video, I
Mhm.
don't think he's only complaining about Afrobeats. He's actually complaining also about the lyrics
Mhm.
of Jamaican music. He
Okay.
says they're not doing, they don't have good content
Mhm.
and all of that. So what he's saying is our brothers, the Jamaicans, are not having good content like back in the days when we were up there,
Mhm.
and people have gravitated towards Afrobeats because it has that good melody, it has that good feeling, it has that good vibe.
Mhm.
I think that was what he was saying.
Mhm.
And for me, the third thing I want to say is you look at that guy. I don't think will you accept this guy to advise your son or your daughter? Let me pull up a picture again for us to see. I don't think
He's a legendary
yeah, it's legendary
dancehall
and all of
artist.
that, but at the moment, I don't think that is someone
Mm.
I will expect my daughter or my son to get an advice from.
Mhm.
That is just, that is just to say, yeah, he has an opinion, but I don't think it's an opinion I want to. Mimi, what do you think?
I don't think so. I don't think he's the right person to get an advice from. First of all, look at him physically. He looks like he looks like a criminal. He looks like a vagabond. I don't know much about this guy, but his looks say everything about him.
No, but then again, the thing is that I'm not looking at his face now. I'm looking at his background, his history.
He was a super talented
Yeah,
artist. He
he's
was
one of the
huge.
legendary artists. So that's the
But
thing.
the first thing you are seeing about the person is his face. Look at him.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Jamaicans are falling in love with him that way. Yeah, they just, but yeah, do you feel like other communities are jealous of our African music? Victor, what do you
Of
think? You
course,
think that they're jealous of
I
African
think
music?
the first thing I can say, Gaelo,
Mm-hmm.
is you know the Jamaicans.
Mm-hmm.
You know that these kind of people that have secluded themselves, they don't even want to establish themselves as they don't want to like come out clearly and say they're either Africans, or they don't want to come out clearly and say they're Britons.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
There are some people who are very difficult to understand, and there was a time back in 2012, 2013, their music was listened to like everywhere around Africa.
Mm-hmm.
It was listened to by everyone. Like we had the likes of Conscience, Mavado,
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Black, those who are hit musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden they misbehaved. Someone like Vibes Cartel is now in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them died mysteriously, road accidents and all that. The likes of J. Capri. So the music went on a downward spiral.
Yeah.
So when it was going on a downward spiral, it was met by fierce competition by the likes of Afrobeat musicians like Davido.
Yeah.
Because I think that was the time when the likes of Davido sprang into lights.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had a crop of very young, talented musicians topping it up and just putting the Jamaican patois and the music so down. No one even speaks patois. In fact, right now, Pidgin English has taken over.
Yeah.
Like you find even in Kenya, people are trying to use Pidgin English, and it's something that we did not even see in
I can see
2021.
that from your comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also trying because it's sweet.
Yeah,
And they bend them and they sweet me.
Correct.
Yeah, so Jamaica is just someone who is crying because he's losing a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Is jealousy. You
Yep.
see this now. Even you see the rate at which Jamaicans are invited into Africa has really reduced. They're
Yes.
not getting the airtime they used to get in the past.
Mm-hmm.
No one is talking about them because there's no notable thing that is happening in history that is about Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, the media has really changed things. The social media and all that. At least we can get to know what is happening in other parts of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now to have that person who I would not advise my son or my daughter to to listen to
Yeah.
talk about Africans and Africans lacking some flow or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just coming from a point of losing up, a point of just, a drowning man is trying to clutch at every straw that exists.
Yeah.
Now he's trying to hang out with things, but the real problem is in their own music. Because when music evolved, when music changed, they remained with the old type of music,
Mm-hmm.
the one which does not portray any message, but it's all about people whining and coaching and dancing and twerking and bubble gala bubble and all that music. That is not the kind of music that will remain relevant for a long time. It's something
Yeah.
that dies natural deaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
with the world. Yeah. Yeah, Victor, finish.
especially
No, you were saying something.
yeah, so that is something that died a natural death. And if you see a man crying and lamenting about other men,
Mm.
then you know this person is on a downward spiral and there's no way he's going to be working out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's all I can say.
I was going to say, especially with nowadays, it seems like ethics, character, good character, and all of that
Mm-hmm.
is the center of everything we do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at their music, I'm talking about Jamaican music. If you, I don't really think it portrays that, okay, that kind of person you want your daughter to become or your son to become.
Mm-hmm.
They're always talking
Yeah.
about smoking this. They're always talking about the way they dress and all of that.
Yeah.
All those things. I don't know if I should say indecency.
Mm-hmm.
That thing they need to sell anymore.
Are
No
you sure?
man. Yeah.
Mimi, you
No, no,
think that
no.
is not selling?
Yeah, sure.
See, it need to sell as in for the artist. It
Mhm.
is very very okay.
Mhm.
You understand? But for your pikin, how many times you have a beautiful daughter?
Mm.
How many times she don't play Jamaican music then?
Never.
Or
Never.
watch the videos. So
Mm-mm.
that's the reason why it's dying. You understand? But if you look at Afro beats and what is trending right now,
Mhm.
they get some really, really clean, cool videos and way if you
Mhm.
always play and for your picking and all
Mhm.
of that.
Mhm.
Look at the likes of Davido when they started, they were doing the I'm young, I can do this, I can smoke, I can in my videos, you understand?
Mhm.
But if you start looking now, they don't start cut them down.
Mhm.
And that's the one challenge I really have with Burna Boy being up there. I'll say this and I mean it.
Yeah, what has he done?
I just feel like he's not representing where we're coming from. He's not a true representation.
No, instead he's representing now. Hey.
No. I'll tell you this, right? The West, America, and Hollywood, they choose and pick who will represent us. And that will be based on who you actually are. Let me tell you something, right? If Ngannou, I'll just give you an example how I feel. If Ngannou was into the smoking lifestyle and all those stuff and all those their lifestyle, you understand? Ngannou will still be with the UFC. They'll give him everything they want, everything he wants. It is the same thing as if we have, let's say, someone like I don't want to go into this, but if we have somebody like David or Wiz start advocating for John and John kind of things, you understand? Trust me,
Yeah.
from where they are to start representing Africa, to start representing Africa. Because guess what? These John and John people will invest their resources. They will go to these companies. Most of them are even head of the companies. Give that guy a deal. Give this person a deal. You understand? Now the same way I see Burna Boy is not really. If you look at him, he does Afro beats. He sings, but he not be that true. We get the likes of people like the Fars, those that really African artism. Why are they not up there?
No, Burna Boy is true. Hey, I disagree on that one. Burna Boy is representing Africa.
But Burna Boy, the problem with Burna Boy,
About representing, I mean like the identity.
Yeah, he embodies identity.
No, he does. He know. How many times you don't see Burna Boy really dressed in that typical African outfit, especially with shoes? Burna Boy is always taking off. Always take off his outfit. With shoes. That's not an African thing. You understand? The whole smoking thing and all of that stuff, that is not a typical African. I'm talking about, Asha, right?
Yeah.
You know Asha, right? The artisan that way they feel represent Africa. You know Angelique Kidjo, right? The artisan that they feel represent Africa. Grisha Bona and all the lights. Now people in that way, I feel like, bro, I mean, you need to pick up for one.
Yeah. Victor, you wanted to say something about Burna Boy. Like, what did you want to say?
yeah, Burna Boy is being managed by his mother.
Yes.
And I know he's had a fallout with a lot of people because of this. because the way that woman wants to manage him is very different from how I know Burna Boy would have managed himself. Now, this is something I always see a big problem when a man is being managed by a woman. Most of the time, you realize that how this woman will treat the issues won't benefit you in the long run. So, the woman will be interested, mostly the mother is interested in the financing. And what Nasako has said about those people choosing someone will switch their agenda. I think that is the place where the woman fits in perfectly.
Okay.
Because the woman wants the best for her son. And she knows that when she doesn't do as these people want, then her son might be washed out of the industry. Because we've seen a lot of things being done, like controversies can wipe you out very fast. You can be denied shows because of very simple reasons. You can be banned from doing other things and performing and all that. So if the imperialists try and decide this is what you want to do, and then you don't find, if you find your agent is weak, in this case the mother, I don't think there's escaping that. But all in all, the music that Burna Boy does is great, but some of his antics I don't think are good enough for
Mimi, what
for
do you
us.
think about the whole thing? Do you think Burna Boy is probably representing Africa, the African
I'm
culture?
not a fan of Burna Boy. I don't really.
Burna Boy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mimi.
Ha.
I'm telling you, Burna Boy is not typically
Don't say that
African.
thing again.
Honestly,
I hope it's only the few of us who have heard it.
I'm not his fan. I don't really like him, honestly. I don't even know
Thank
some
you,
of his
Barons.
songs.
Wait, Mimi, you know hear that song? Yeah.
No, yeah, was okay. That was one
What's
song.
that?
Now, all of those songs, Bona, all of this. So you,
I am not. He get one song. Maybe we should, when you type Burna Boy, maybe we should play.
Wait, so let's hear. Mimi, you say I'm not a fan of Burna. Either you don't really follow up his things, whatever he does.
Yeah, I don't.
Why?
Physically, the guy doesn't even look like somebody an African. African
I don't just feel like.
Burna Boy, I beg.
That's his way. That is way. No, that's his way. Hey,
No, I need it nice in a way, you understand. Wait, I want to play another one where he just common person. Now, this is a Burna Boy song. On a permit me to listen this song some more. This is a Burna Boy song that actually, for me, it is like okay. Now, Burna Boy song that with me, I feel like he get the African concept. This particular song. Now I need to talk to me continue do only the kind of song now. But when I travel tongue and say, okay, look at this is a typical African key. You understand? Help your mommy pound this, help this person, that family spirit and all of that. You understand? And this is the very first and only song we Burna Boy don't do and we get the message.
Yes, it's message.
This
Not the only song he has done that has an African identity and message in it.
No. See, I mean like in its entirety, right? Now for me, now the only, I don't know if you know other one them.
Yeah.
You understand? But the ones the way you don't put out the other one the way they train and the videos, especially the videos need to depict that typical African place where he come out. And that is just what I'm saying.
At least he's doing his best to have the identity in. He's doing his best to have the identity in it. But now, one thing I'll say now, which is also one thing which as Burna Boy, he's going to say that he never decided to be the representative of Africa. It's just that when you get into that type of position, people just expect that you represent Africa.
But you just come up with 10 years, you feel like you represent Africa.
No.
Guess what? You're not even. He is not even supposed to come out and say, I feel like I represent Africa.
No. And I did not say he represents. I said that he carries the African identity. They not represent. He carries the African identity and he preaches a lot, especially music.
Mimi, you look at the song, how you feel?
Sorry?
You watch that video, how you feel that song?
The song is kind of quite educative and it's quite African-like, yeah.
That is the thing.
No, but yeah, of course, yeah, it's a good song, but all songs cannot be like that. There are some songs that is just
Bro,
vibe.
this guy on the trend for like
And to me, the song depicts poverty. I don't know why I didn't see one.
He do away for me. He look typically African.
You know, the song is the
Okay,
lyric album,
just consider, you know, I don't bring this up right. Go start pay attention to Burna Boy videos. You understand why he's on the right. You get what I tell you? Go pay attention to video. You understand why they don't decide, because that is the thing. Hollywood get that power. Hollywood get that capacity to make you a superstar today.
Yeah, that one is there.
Once Nicki Minaj be decided, so I know argument with what was this girl? Remy Ma, or so not Cardi B. Was Remy Ma? They had a beef thing and whatever. And Nicki was like, I'm not. So Remy Mouse.
No, it's
African American.
African American rapper, female rapper.
Yeah.
Remy Ma.
Once Cardi B was like, I will not go into that beef with you. That was when Hollywood decided, you know what, your days are done. They brought in Cardi B. They get that potential, and that is the same thing I feel like they're doing for Africa. No. And if you understand why people like Asha, you understand, people like Gasha, people like Renis, people where they do it. I'll give another example. I'm not saying she's not good. I'm not saying she's not talented. I'm not saying she's super talented. Libianca. The only reason why, one of the main reasons why she's actually getting the accolades and everything is because the music way they do it endorse more of Afrobeat with the trend right now and endorse more of the American lifestyle. So they will claim say it's easy for people to connect with. But guess what? That's another way of saying this thing is trash. Don't do that thing. You understand? Do this one, and that is how. Go listen to Alemisi's songs. Listen to Alemisi's songs. Listen to Ren's their songs. You understand? You start to wonder why Alemisi for he don't perform for wonderful places, wonderful audience. You don't do the most. You understand? Why is this person not trending? Why is this person not moving up the ladder? Why are they not signing this person? Because guess what? If you sign that person, if you promote that person, you actually push the culture we want pushing out there. But rather, they go once they listen to some person like Libianca, who sounds more like the Afrobeats and the Amapiano and the Western culture, they're like, okay, this is a good place. You know, say show off easily blow for America. Past by the way, 50 Cent don't share it in them. You understand? So it was why this 50 Cent share? Because he had 50 Cent behind on his back.
Yeah.
So it means that 50 Cent was actually pushing his idea. You know, they actually pushing at the person. And that is the same philosophy I feel they have.
Yeah. No, I mean with Burna Boy, again, with that particular that reasoning. I know entirely by that reasoning. Burna Boy, the reason why they picked him up and they push him is because something started trending. The whole thing is about money. And the reason I can talk about with Burna Boy is because it's an artist. You know, I don't like to follow artists who just start trending. I don't like to follow those artists just because of trending, because trends count and they die. I just have a set of people who I follow because I like your content. Except that you come and you trend for a long time, then I say, okay, let me check it because people have been talking about it for a long time. Then I see that you're actually doing something good. Then I'll follow you up. But someone like Burna Boy is one of those artists I started following up before he ever blew up, even in Nigeria. Like Burna Boy I started following Burna Boy up since probably like 2012. Many people only knew him after he had what else in what year? Is it 2 times? You see, so I've known Burna Boy ever since that time. So him coming and blowing up now is not because they chose him. It's all about money. Because I know I remember vividly the day when he dropped his album that had that EA inside. That song was automatically the song that was trending. Most people automatically like that song. You got the most catchy song there. Then when it started getting popular, that's what he decided to shoot the music video. As it's getting popular, business people are seeing it. Because that's how business people make money in music now. They come and take somebody who is popular, invest in them, get back their money plus get a profit from it. So that's what they came for when they chose Burna Boy. You know, kind of because he's mixing on Western culture, this and that. It's because the song was trending. Then they said, okay, this song is trending. You know that Libianca has already been signed by Sony Music. Do you know that?
Now they seem to what the travel tell you know. But guess what? Why is Sony Music Why
See,
is Sony Music
Mhm.
actually not looking for those typical African
so
artists
yes,
and
because
then try for brand new way go
Mhm.
bring them money?
yeah, that's so because they are not they are looking for somebody who's going to bring the money now.
Mm-hmm.
Back in those days, we get that thing we can say artist development, where
Mhm.
if you develop as an artist, speaks on artists, we know how to do nothing, develop people in that. But these days,
Mm-hmm.
the way the music industry has changed, they are just looking for someone who's already creating a buzz. Then they just go and pick the person and put it. You nobody they say you see. So Libianca they chose her because of the buzz. Nobody say it over make sense for a song. If you can make that say because he put her on the show, making sense in the songs, but she don't have that much buzz, so they did not pick her up. You see, so it's because of the buzz. Even Burna Boy, they did not choose him. It's not like it's not like they chose now. Okay, you will make you blow, and they make Ye to blow. No, if that Ye was trending, then it's okay. This somebody is trending. We can take advantage.
Man,
Come on,
there was
pick
a
this man up.
time, you know Asha, right?
I know.
I'm talking to you,
Mm,
Jailer. It
mm,
was trending. They did
mm.
not choose him and make him.
Another
They
thing
did
to
not choose her and make her the queen.
depend on the genre of music.
That's basically what I'm saying. That's at the end of the day, waiting day. Who will talk to all that thing? Music.
Yeah.
Victor,
Even
except
Victor
Victor
agree
one.
with me.
He said Victor one. Victor, wait till they happen for Kenya. What is happening? I know they were supposed to. No. We want to talk about entertainment only, not politics. What is happening? What's the big news in Kenya?
In Kenya, we are very funny lot. Uh, right now, everyone is talking about how is it called? Talking about politics that we don't even talk about any other thing because right now, even our artists, our musicians
Mm-hmm.
are not releasing songs because they know no one will listen to the songs. Television, it's always about politics. In fact, even no one is concentrating on any other thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not the best time for an artist to release a song. Very bad time for business.
Why don't
And
you
then
think they should release a song that is speaking about the situation?
I release a song that is speaking. You have an artist then, Gaelo. Me, I'm not an artist.
Yeah, but Gailo, that's the thing. Do you think if an artist should put out a song right now that actually speaking about the situation that's happening? Because like in Nigeria, it's the politics.
Mhm.
In Kenya, it's they're on a protest for they
So,
want
so-
better.
oh,
Mhm.
let me tell you something about our Kenyan setup.
Yeah.
In Kenya, if you are an artist, then you pick a side. Especially, for example, we have 43 and a half tribes.
Yes. 43 and
And they have
what the fuck is this guy saying? What
they have one. Which one is half one?
which one is half?
I'm always trying to
You
wonder
guys
if
don't consider them or
the decisions that the tribes sometimes makes.
Yeah. You see the
I mean,
decision.
like
Uh-huh.
how they think, like how they reason, like sometimes make you question a lot.
so yeah, you were saying something.
Yeah. So in Kenya,
Mhm.
when it's time for releasing, what was I supposed to be saying? I went so much into
You were going to say something like if with the situation right now, if an artist pick a side.
Mhm. Yeah, I just have
Oh,
an idea.
exactly. Thank you. So if an artist picks a side, for example, like me, I'm a Luo
Mm-hmm.
and I'm an artist, I try to pick on a side or try to sing on this thing. There's a way that KOT, Kenyans on Twitter and all that,
Mm-hmm.
will label me, and I'll know I'll lose some of my fans from other tribes, and
Mm-hmm.
it will be very difficult for me to get shows in
Mm-hmm.
a given part of the country.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
They won't give me shows there, and then my support will drop down. Even people will unsubscribe from my channel and all that.
Yeah.
So like treble lines have been drawn, very big treble lines have been set, boundaries have been set. So upon singing anything to do with that, people will always argue about anything. Even if you give them a blank paper, they'll ask, why is it white? Why not black? So no matter how you package a song, you might package the song saying that the government is or police brutality, but then the government was voted in the last August. So the people supporting the government will be against you.
Mhm.
So like the country is sort of divided into 50-50.
Oh, no.
So right now is not the best time for an artist to release music, no matter how good you try to be. That is why I say there's a half.
So
Those people will.
personally, I feel like artists are supposed to be the voice of the people. It doesn't matter whether you're going to lose fans or followers. Generally in life, you just have to be objective. You just have to be sincere. You have to be um. Everyone has to be outspoken because at the end of the day, if we don't do things like that, it gives the
You see
politicians the
you
leeway.
see the country I am. Even the media are now being victimized. They're talking ill about the media. They're saying that the media has messed up. They're talking ill, like they're saying that the media is partisan. Just because the media is trying to trying to report as it is. So right now, music is also not going on, and it's like yeah, no one has decided to sing a song, but most of the time we find that during times of this sort, people used to sing songs in the past, but now with the age of social media and all that, it's very easy for someone to be cancelled by a
Yeah.
given group of people.
Yep.
Man, I think we've been
Yes,
going already for 1 hour 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You want to round up,
Yeah.
Gael, or what do you think?
Yeah, you see, this is this is what we like. We like how Victor and Mimi they participated in it.
Mhm.
This is really the idea of the show. You
So
know,
we
we
bring
like
in more people.
bringing people.
Mm-hmm.
You can participate. You know, give their own point of view from anywhere that they are. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we just discuss. You know what is going on, and especially for this our own segment, we you know we talk about showbiz things and things like that. But generally, and what we can learn. You know, learn from that. So yeah, Victor, happy that you're here. Mimi, maybe her phone went off, you know,
Yeah, she
or
said
connection.
it is Southwest light to go off and
Ah,
on
yeah,
within anything.
yeah. So thank you for participating, Mimi, and thank you, Victor, for participating. Sako, yep, thank you as usual. Hello, we're happy that you guys were here. Again, don't forget every Saturday around the same time. You know, we're going to be here, and like we said, we would like you guys to participate in it too. So that was Weti di Happen. See you guys next week. Ciao.
Victor, see you next week, brother.
see, we are meeting now.